Call of Duty World War II, the long overhyped Call of Duty game, dubbed the savior of the franchise. Let's see and break it down of how this Call of Duty holds up compared to its legends of predecessors, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty 4, and of course my personal favorite, World at War. So the multiplayer is definitely solid compared to previous games. Sledgehammer, again, they went from one extreme to the other. They went from Advanced Warfare to bare bones World War II here. The weapons for the time period, fine, that's all good and all, but I mean, there's certain things that we'll go over later. There's basic trainings in this game, which one was called Primed earlier on, and it would reduce the amount of flinch that you would experience after getting shot, but it was way out of control. Like, you would have basically taken no flinch, so basically people would land their shots after getting maybe hit with 7-8 bullets, and they would just be able to kill the other person, no problem. That was a big thing, but what I do like is that Sledgehammer always listens to the community, and they seem to be nerfing anything like maybe a week, couple days after there's a big issue in the game. They'll patch everything. There's also the BAR was a weapon that I think you unlocked at rank 51, that it had no recoil. It would do maybe 4-shot long range and you're dead, even closer, maybe 2 shots, done. So that angered a lot of people with the game, but something that need to be improved is the servers are bad. I know previously in this clip you'll see I'm running past a little box and I rubber band right there, and I checked the clips towards the end and I had full bars that whole game. And it's just the servers need to be toned back, they need to fix something, I don't know what they need to do. But I mean, compared to other Call of Duty games, which is really sad, is when this game came out, which is November 3rd, it launched with 9 default multiplayer maps. That's for like game modes such as TDM, free-for-all, hardpoint, stuff like that. And there's 3 war modes. We'll go into war in a little bit here, but it's kind of sad to see because so many different Call of Duties which were worse. For example, for lack of a better term, let's say Infinite Warfare. We'll use Infinite Warfare for example. Horrible game, and it launched with I think 13, 14 maps. So it's already trumping the amount Call of Duty World War II has. Which I really feel like to compensate with this is if you bought the Season Pass, you would get Carrington, which is a map that was released in Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty 2, and it was remastered for COD 4. So I really think it'd balance it out if everybody had access to it, but only Season Pass holders have access to it, which is a little bit scummy if you want to think of it, because not as many people get to experience the new maps. And then to go on top of that, the DLCs for this game. It's only going to have 3 DLC maps, and a war map will go into war later, but usually we're used to 4 DLC maps, and then 1 map for an extra mode. For example, Black Ops had zombies, Modern Warfare 3 had their survival, and all that. So after this, we'll go straight into war. The little extra piece that I did forget to mention, they did add something really cool. As you can see right there, they added inspecting your weapons, so if you ever get any variants, which something I really appreciate, all the variants are visual, so it just makes your weapons look really cool, changes the sights, but doesn't give you any damage, accuracy, or, you know, ammo changes to your weapon. But they added inspecting, and also, here's another one on the map, Gustav Cannon. One thing I also wanted to say is sniping feels really, really good in this game. After this review goes up, maybe a couple days after, I'll throw up a little montage I put together, just some clips that I got sniping. But again, without any more sidetracking, let's go on to war. This is War, probably my favorite addition to the Call of Duty franchise at the moment. It's almost as if you're playing a campaign mission with your friends. There are 3 war maps so far. There's Operation Griffin, there's Operation Neptune, and this is Operation Breakout you're watching here. Operation Breakout, for you, is going to be defending, but if you're on attack, your first position is to take a comms tower, then plant a bomb on an ammo supply, push your payload, which is your tank in this case, and then right afterward you have to blow up flak guns. So I find these interesting because it's like playing campaign with your friends. The missions are really in depth. There's little animations after you do certain things, you finish certain tasks, and I just find this one of the coolest aspects by far in the game. There's also some cool things which I really do want to say is, if you are defending on this map, there is a part where you have to build a bridge, and sniper's paradise, so you can get headshots for days. So right here, this is the next portion of Operation Breakout. This is the, the bridge building portion I was telling you about. Look at the snipers. Snipers just dominate this portion of the map. It's insane. You have people, usually they pop smoke on the bridge so you can't see them. They have to build across to move their tank forward. People are like everywhere on this part. What I also like is you don't get any benefit from really camping in this game mode. You have to be moving around, killing people, getting headshots, building, playing the objective. It's insane. And if you play the objective in this game mode, you will level up like crazy. So let's move on to zombies. Nazi zombies. Now, the game has its fair share of pros, but definitely this is the biggest fall from grace in zombies history that I've ever seen. For starters, I'm not saying that this game mode is bad in percents, because it's definitely better than Infinite Warfare Zombies and Exo Zombies. Here's the first, zombies map that comes with the game. It's called the Final Reich. But the biggest issue with this that they keep doing with zombies is they keep overcomplicating it. I hate it. Zombies has always been a simple game mode, right? First of all, let's go over some, good things about this. The gore on these zombies is insane, as you can tell right here. They are awesome. They definitely went for a more creepy vibe, which, that's okay. That's cool. I love it. And then Treyarch, which is Black Ops series there, World at War, they went with a more intense, funny vibe with your characters. But sad with this is that they really just overcomplicated everything. Black Ops 3 introduced Gobblegums, cool, that's awesome, but it's really, minute changes. This just changes the game up completely. Like, what is this? Why do you need to have a class for zombies? Like, why? Why? There's no point. Really, it makes me angry. There's no point to make classes have abilities, and they even added supply drops into zombies. Like, Treyarch, which was with Black Ops 3, had some of the worst supply drop systems ever, but they never, ever touched zombies with supply drops. This, sadly, it really, they fucked up. The gameplay, sure, it's great, I guess, but, it's not even great. I don't want to say great because it's boring, if I want to be perfectly honest with you. They eliminated one of the biggest factors to zombies, which was Easter egg hunting. With this, you can just press, the center touchpad on the D-pad on your on PS4, I'm not sure what it is for Xbox One, and it'll show you the objectives you need to do to complete the Easter egg. What's the point in that? The Easter egg was done, I think, as soon as the game launched the first day, with, I think, 6 hours in the game's life cycle, if I'm not mistaken, because it just labels out your objectives word for word. The thing that was cool with Treyarch is that they kept everything a mystery, so you had to find it all on your own, with little voice cues. This gives you step-by-step instructions, and I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels, but, I guess Sledgehammer's a different developer, they do what they want, but look how much they overcomplicated just weapons. These are your weapon build kits. This is fine, Black Ops 3 did it. You could put attachments on your weapons, use your variants, all that good stuff. Yeah, you know what? That's great, but just wait until you see the next part. You know how Black Ops 3 really didn't have anything. They had that little UI when you would find items. Cool. But this is awful. Let's just roll right into this disgrace that they did to zombies. What is this? You really added perks into zombies. Consumable items, power-ups. Look at this stuff. Zombies didn't need to be overcomplicated, and they keep finding a better way to complicate it every year. We don't need items like that in the game. This is a cool thing. Look, I have this variant for online, so I can use it in zombies. Cool. You don't need to have 80 different power-ups to make the game interesting. Did you see that menu? It looked like a pure mess. What did you want me to do with it? I personally will never use an item, just because of the fact that I don't want to go into all this extra customization stuff to pick out items and all that good stuff. And for me, the zombies is so much easier than Treyarch zombies. For example, in this gameplay here, I'm not going to probably show it, I'll maybe try to find the clip, but I got trapped so many times. In zombies, in Treyarch zombies, I would have been dead like that. But in this, it gives you so much time to react, and it's not as fast-paced and hectic as regular zombies. For example, I got to round 23, if I'm not mistaken, on my first attempt, just trying to survive, and I had to legit try and purposefully kill myself because the game was lasting too long, because I wanted to go actually try out the rest of the features of the game, and this took way too long. It's not... They need to make it more difficult, trust me, but that's it for zombies, I guess. And finally, I'm going to go into the tone of this game. This game went for the tone of dark, gritty, World War II. Obviously, it has to be World War II theme of the game, but they really captured that dark and gritty feel of the game. You know, mud-filled trenches, for example, in this map. Snow, like for example, Ardennes Forest is a snow map. They captured it perfectly. The ruins falling on the ground. They made the atmosphere of the game perfect. For example, compared to Black Ops 3 right here, it doesn't really, like, the atmosphere has changed. Black Ops 3 was a more colorful type of game, you know, lots of colors, different maps centered everywhere because it really didn't have a central campaign area. But it's honestly a great game, you know, put together so far. I mean, it could take some improvement, but if you want me to give me an honest opinion on it, probably, you know, 6.5 out of 10 if you want me to be perfectly honest. The game needs some tweaking. The campaign could have been better. Zombies is a mess, but you know, multiplayer, I can tell you that this is going to be the first game where I finally go to maybe Master Prestige on it. Also, one quick and last but not least, not to cut it short, would be the campaign. The campaign was shorter than I would imagine, but it was decent. You know, I can't really say too much about it because I don't want to spoil it, but you know, they went for World War II, obviously. It had more of a brothers in arms feel than, like, you know, conflict and, like, World War II conflict between France and all that stuff. They didn't really show too much that I really wanted to see. The censoring went a little bit overboard, for example. Yeah, the flag still had the swastikas on them, but, like, armbands didn't. They just had the Iron Cross on them, but, you know, censoring. But thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video. I really appreciate it, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Patron saint of soldiers. He's at my back since Kasserine. Sells me 3 times in 10 seconds, and he's all yours.
I don't know.
Oh, you could always